With an extensive library of the best feature films out there, Netflix is rapidly expanding its collection with new and exciting movies across all genres. Naturally, it can be overwhelming to pick one for your movie night. So today, we'll be listing the best hidden gems on Netflix in 2023.
What a fine idea.
The movie at the top of our list is a true story about the breathtaking events of the conflicts in Israel.
Just strictly catch and extract.
Eichmann will stand trial here in Israel.
For the first time in our history, we will judge our executioner. For the sake of the world, do not fail.
Start the engine.
Let's jump right in. At number 5, The Highwaymen. From the makers of Saving Mr. Banks and The Blind Side, comes this period crime thriller starring Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson.
Bonnie and Clyde were ruthless and unstoppable. But so were the men who took them down.
The movie is based on true events that follow the untold story of two retired Texas Rangers, Frank and Mamie, hired by the FBI to track down the notorious bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde. Frank and Mamie demonstrate sheer determination in achieving their objective, despite having passed their prime years and being constantly looked down upon by their younger counterparts. The brilliant screenplay demonstrates how the duo uses their experience to track down these robbers. Unlike in most movies, the portrayal of Bonnie and Clyde is honest and realistic, in that it shows us exactly how ruthless they were, and doesn't shy away from depicting the brutal consequences of their actions. The backdrop of the 1930s era is wonderfully translated on screen, and finally, the climax is breathtaking, and the build-up certainly pays off.
Clyde might be king, but I'm a Texas Ranger, you little shit.
At number 4, Code 8.
We got another job coming up. You have one shot.
Due to the popularity of a short film of the same name, Code 8 became a full-blown sci-fi movie after its successful crowdfunding campaign. But do not let its humble origins fool you into thinking this is a half-baked movie. The truth is, not only does the movie boast great visuals, but it also has a solid plot that is exceptionally upheld by its cast. In a world of discrimination because of his special abilities, Connor Reed is forced to turn to a path of crime. Beautifully brought to life by Robbie Amell, Code 8 is Connor's struggle to make difficult and questionable decisions to survive. There are plenty of visually immersive and action-packed sequences in this one to keep you glued to your screen. With a sequel currently in the making, there is much more to tell about Connor's journey.
How do you want to live in this life? Hide our powers?
Everybody on the ground!
If you see something that you want, take it.
At number 3, The Wonder.
May I ask, gentlemen, no one has told me what precisely is wrong with the girl.
Florence Pugh shines in this psychological drama as a 19th century nurse named Lib, who is sent to closely monitor an 11-year-old fasting girl in a rural Irish village, who hadn't eaten any food for months, as claimed by her family.
How long exactly has it been since the last time the girl ate?
4 months.
Historically, the phenomenon of fasting girls was one where young women claimed not to need food for prolonged periods of time to live. There is no easy answer as to how these girls survive, or why they claim to be chosen by the gods for this test. However, the biggest accomplishment of the movie is to ask several thought-provoking questions about religion, faith, humanity, and science. The Wonder is a tale of whether the fasting girl was truly blessed, or if there was a deeper and darker reason for her family to claim her to be so.
You don't understand us.
At number 2, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. With a Western theme, this movie is a collection of several short films wonderfully tied together.
People are so easily distracted. So I'm the distractor with a little story.
It is written and directed by the legendary filmmaking duo, the Coen brothers, who directed the cult classic film The Big Lebowski. The first short film shows the end of the journey of Buster Scruggs, which is just the beginning of the rest of the stories that together form a part of a greater whole. A sparkling ensemble cast including Tim Blake Nelson, James Franco, and Liam Neeson perfectly portrays the cynicism and dark humor that form an integral aspect of a film by the Coen brothers.
First time.
These short films are bound to make you question your understanding of life and also bring forward the undeniable fact of the mortality of all beings. Watch this one not just for the cast and the plot, but also the stunning landscapes that are bound to cause both shock and amazement. As always, we have a special mention for you, and today that is Nocturnal Animals. Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal deliver stunning performances as an estranged couple in this visually symbolic psychological thriller.
My ex-husband used to call me a nocturnal animal.
I didn't know you had an ex-husband.
I've been thinking about him a lot lately.
Written and directed by Tom Ford, Amy plays the role of Susan, the owner of an upscale gallery, and Jake plays her ex-husband, Edward, who's a novelist. As Susan reads through and rapidly escapes into the world of Edward's manuscript titled Nocturnal Animals, she begins to question her past decisions that resulted in her ending up where she was. As the novel progresses deeper in the film, she realizes that it might not all be a fictional story.
When you love someone, you have to be careful with it. You might never get it again.
Closely interwoven, the novel and the film eventually clash in the shocking climax, justifying all the artistic imagery and the beautifully haunting music used throughout. Be rest assured, you're in for a treat with this exceptionally well-written film. And finally, at number 1, Operation Finale.
Seem like animals.
We're all animals. Some of us just have bigger teeth than others.
Based on a true story, Operation Finale details the capture of a high-ranking officer named Adolf Eichmann, who belonged to a major paramilitary organization under Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. The forces of Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, lead the mission after the end of the Second World War. Ben Kingsley flawlessly plays the vicious and merciless Eichmann.
My job was simple. Save the country I love from being destroyed. Is your job any different?
While Oscar Isaac goes toe-to-toe against him, playing the role of a Mossad officer named Peter Malkin. The movie accurately depicts the horrors that were unleashed on the Jewish community throughout the war, along with their determination to strive for justice. In addition to being a highly thought-provoking movie, it offers a fresh perspective on their community that is not often seen in other World War II films. Also, a must-watch for all the Ben Kingsley fans. We've also created a list of the top 5 movies on Netflix that are surprisingly better than you'd expect. Click on the title appearing on your screen to find out.